on Friday night. Williamson out for a second straight game. Pels expect to be without him for about 3 weeks with a right hamstring injury. But they're 7-2 without Williamson this season coming into this game. They got off to a hot start from three to start the game. They knocked down 6 threes, getting contributions from just about everybody. Najee Marshall led the way. He had 10 points and 3 made threes on his way to a career-high 23 points to go with 9 rebounds. All good for the Pels. Less than 2 minutes in the second. Pelicans up 5. C.J. McCollum working on Kyrie Irving. Got him with the pump fake. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for McCollum. Pelicans up 8. And then McCollum again out of a timeout. 4 for 8 from 3. Pelicans up 64-53 after a 36-point second quarter. Third quarter, though, all Kevin Durant. You know who he is.
Yeah, I do.
He shot 9 for 26. Nets still down 7, though. Durant over for 3 in the corner and banging that. 4 for 7 from 3. Nets down 6, and then Durant again. Scored 12 in the third. Nets go into the fourth up 88-85. 5 minutes left in the fourth. Brooklyn up 1. Nick Claxton offensive rebound to Durant. 33 points, 10 rebounds. Nets up 4. Under 4 minutes left in the game. Kyrie Irving, not a great shooting night. Nick Claxton there to clean up the mess, though. Nets back up 4. After that 36-point second quarter, Pels scored just 38 in the entire second half. Irving, 19 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Nets back in the win column, 108-108.
Streak to 13 games. The Bulls defeat Brooklyn 121-112 last night. However, after the game, KD's confidence still at an all-time high. It's not wavering. Check out what he had to say.
We understand how we want to play every night. I feel like the league is always on notice with the talent we have on our team. I don't think anybody takes us for granted when they're preparing for us each night. But I think for us, we found some things that were good for us on both ends of the floor, and we want to just be consistent with executing those things as we move forward.
I'm particularly interested in y'all's answers because the Nets come to New Orleans to play the Pelicans tomorrow. Shannon, do you like or do you have a problem with what KD had to say?
I ain't got no problem with KD. The man already told you. Y'all know who he is, Skip. Did he tell y'all that?
You know who I am?
Okay, then.
Yep.
And when you get to this level, these guys have the utmost, the supreme confidence in what they can do. He ain't lie. When you prepare for them, you know he can get. The man got 44 on 22 shots. Kyrie was a little off last night.
A little off.
But it was the other guys, because when you look at it, hold on, Royce O'Neal, T.J. Warren, Joe Harris, and Watanabe went 1 for 18. Mm-hmm. They scored 3 points between those 4 guys in 74 minutes. KD and Kyrie, you can win with that. They gave you basically 70. They're giving you 60 to 70 on a nightly basis.
Yep.
So absolutely they can go nuclear. Excuse me. They're doing a better job of rebounding the basketball. They're doing as good a job as they possibly can because they're a tall team, but they're a thin team.
They are.
They ain't got guys with bricks in their back pocket.
They got 2 of the tallest, skinniest guys in the league.
With Claxton and KD.
Yeah.
And so, Skip, yeah, they can go nuclear. And you should be worried about them. The question is, in a series against a Boston or against a Milwaukee or against the 76ers, how do you deal with Joel Embiid? How do you deal with Giannis? And how do you deal with that law firm of Tatum and Brown? Mm-hmm. That's the question. On any given night, they can light you up. But the question is, in a 7-game series, do they have enough? But absolutely, the NBA, they know what KD is. KD's a threat. And now that they can play a little defense, Skip, they don't have to be able to lock it down like the bad boy Pistons.
They're actually playing a lot of defense.
Yeah. So, I mean, they let the Chicago shoot 53% from the floor last night, but it was those other guys. KD played well enough, and even though Kyrie was 10 or 24, he played well enough because he gave you 25. Yep. But it was those other guys. There were a lot of zeros and a lot of twos from guys that played a lot of minutes.
Except for Seth Curry. You see his numbers?
Oh, yeah, he got 22 on 6 of 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Skip, you got Royce O'Neal.
6 of 7 from 3. He's 8 of 11 from the floor.
But when you got Royce O'Neal playing 35 minutes and give you 0 points, and you got Ben Simmons playing 26 minutes and giving you 7 points, and T.J. Warren playing 14 minutes and giving you 0 points, and Joe Harris playing 19 minutes and giving you 2 points, Skip, and Watanabe, he ain't played for 6 minutes, but he only gave you 1. It's hard. 2 players, the likelihood of 2 players beating you.
Okay, I got it. I loved what Kevin said after the game.
Yeah.
Because he is so right. They won 12 in a row. That put the rest of this league on notice.
Right. That's the longest win streak thus far this year.
Yes. They can do that.
Yes.
He knew that he and Kyrie, even though Kyrie was pretty horrible from 3, but he and Kyrie did what they usually do. The problem was that the Bulls have been giant killers all year long.
Yeah.
They have played much better against the best teams.
The top teams, I think they're like Boston and Milwaukee. They blowing the doors off them.
They've won all 5 against all these top teams. And here we go again last night. But I believe Kevin was speaking from a position of strength because, as you point out, 15 of 22 and 5 of 10 from 3.
Yeah.
As you say, 44 on 22 shots. It's vintage KD.
That's efficiency at the yin-yang.
So what he knew, what really happened in this game was, I'm going to remind you, Royce O'Neal came into this game shooting 43% from 3. He had had 2 games in which he made 5 of 8, which will work.
Yes.
Because if you're playing, especially opposite Kevin, you are going to get shots.
Oh, yeah, because double coming.
And even though it looks like, oh, Kevin got 44, he was getting it against doubles. I watched the whole game, and I was just mesmerized because Billy Donovan was saying, no, you can't have yours. Watch what I do.
But it looked like to me, Skip, they dared him. Say, we give you the 3, all the 3s you want, but I don't believe you can make them.
Bingo. Royce O'Neal is shooting 43%, and I'm going to show you what happened to poor Royce O'Neal last night because I'm talking about dare you.
You got the music with this one?
We don't need any music because he doesn't deserve it. Because he was a 43%er. Okay, that's the first one. It's short. Royce, here, at least somebody ran at him. Long, kabong. And then wide
Brick
open.
Mason.
Oh, that one missed badly. That's 3. Here's the 4th one. Is that not wide?
And he holding the pose, too.
He at least
You
lift
put your
that
hand
one.
down.
Okay.
Look at he holding it, Skip.
Okay. Now we go to the 4th quarter. These are all in the 4th quarter when the game
they
is
shoot like
hanging in
Spice
the line.
Adams.
That's the one where I said, oh, you can't make that one? Daring, and that almost air ball. This is the last one. You got to have this one. That's KD doubled over on the side, wide open, and he missed it wide left. Do you know what that does to the psyche of your 2 superstars? Like, come on, man.
Right. Yeah.
You can't make 1 out of 8. You zero us.
Read it.
0 of 9 from the floor, and you score 0 points. But look, you play 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
It won't work, man.
Him and Kyrie was 1 for 16 from 3.
1 of 16. You're going to lose to a team that plays big against bigger teams.
Yeah.
So do I like this team going forward? I'm not going to say I love it, but drama-free,
Yeah.
I like them. Mm-hmm. How can you not like those 2? They're still... They're like all universe as scoring machines,
Yes.
these 2.
And you look at DeMar DeRozan 22, and Williams 22, and Vucevic 21 and 13, and then you got 13, 17, 10. And guess what happened last night? They got pounded on the glass. They got by 12.
They did. Okay. It felt like the Bulls just wanted it more.
But Vucevic is a monster on the glass anyway.
Okay. But help me out. What if Royce O'Neal makes 3, right? That's 9 points. Well, they lost by 9 points.
Right.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to dare him to make shots,
Right.
well, the whole year he's been making them like crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they struggled last night shooting the ball from outside, Skip, and it seems like that was and they tried. Because I mean, you look at KD and the montage that we showed, he had 3 guys around him, and he was just pulling up. I mean, so what I do? I mean, I'm looking at the coach like, Coach, what you want me to do?
Yeah. So we've talked about all these explosions of scoring, 71 and 54, and Luka, and it's every night somebody's scoring big. Well, a lot of teams in this day and age just say, let the superstar have his, and we'll try to stop the other guys. Mostly last night, they were, I watched the whole thing. Mostly they were saying, let's try to limit KD, and they couldn't.
No.
But KD, to his credit.
He just got a whole KD miss.
I know, but this is what I don't like about KD. He only got 4 rebounds. You're better than that. You got to do better.
7 foot tall, he should average at least like 7 or 8 a game.
I think he should average 10. But, okay, he had 5 assists that could have been 12 assists. You got to cash. That's like LeBron sometimes, his snipers, if they don't cash, then he winds up with 5 assists. He says, yeah, but they all missed 12 threes.
But that's what I told you last year. I said, he should leave. I like, but to who he gonna pass it to make a shot? Skip is like guarding KD. I remember we was playing Reggie. We was playing, I forget, I think it was Green Bay. We was playing, might have been Philly. And Reggie just threw me out the way. Reggie White threw me out the way. Rest your soul, Reggie. And the coach said, son, you got to drop your hips. You got to make sure you anchor down because that's a big man.
It's that guy?
A couple of plays later, he throws the offensive tackle. I said, what's your hip doing? Hey, I'm 220. He 300. And he threw him.
He is 300.
I say, he threw that 300-pound offensive lineman easier than he threw the 220-pound myself. So what should he have done? You telling me what I should have done? What should he have done?
Bingo.
He looked at me and laughed and said, you would say something. Like, yeah, absolutely. You tried to make me feel bad that I couldn't block that man.
Shannon, I'm sure you were a force to be reckoned with. No doubt
Not against
about it.
Reggie.
The Nets, by the way, guys.
Not against Reggie.
#1 in the NBA power rankings this week.